Unmute yourself, John.
Well, that was a bit of a duff start, wasn't it? Okay, so here we are in North Wales at Rhyl, and it's been a big week in Wales because non-essential shoplifting is now up and running again. So there we are, we can all get down the shops and stick stuff under your jackets. All these tricks we learned from Stuart and Edna. And it's the 16th of April. And it is exactly, to the day, 245 years since the last pitched battle on British soil, when the great forces of the King of England, and supported not by four Scottish regiments as well, whipped the arse off Bonnie Prince Charlie at Culloden. And then he spent the next few months, half the time dressed as a woman, skulking around the Highlands till the French came and picked him up, and he buggered off and never came back. So anyway, this is a song about that time, the summer of 1746, when he was skulking around the Highlands. Summer was a long one, always on the run, moving through the moonlit night, resting in the sun. It said that you were happy, like a child in chasing play, a gambler guessing recklessly when someone else will pay. Through the western highlands, round the western isles, an adventure trail through beauty, over countless weary miles, slipping like a shadow to legend out of chance, watching for the tall ghostly sailing ships from France. We are all young pretenders, looking for a sign, on a troubled journey through the landscape of the mind, looking to the future, trying hard to find a pathway and a promise, and a hope of better times. They say that you were cheerful, always keen to take a dram, bottle, the companion always nearest to your hand. Perhaps the dull memory take away the sound, the cries of young men dying on the blood-stained ground. That summer must have changed you in fundamental ways, formed the pattern and the script for your remaining days. Some men are most attracted to a cause that can't be won. Life has many flickering ghosts to make us hide and run. We are all young pretenders, looking for a sign, on a troubled journey through the landscape of the mind, looking to the future, trying hard to find a pathway and a promise, and a hope of better times. A pathway and a promise, and a hope of better times.
John, your introduction there, John. I saw Leslie sneaking up behind you with a claymore in her hand.
Well, the Aberdonians couldn't decide just which way they were on. They were probably supplying weapons to both.
Yeah.
Hedging the bets.
Well,
right.
yeah.
Okay, we've got Andy back with us this week. Always nice to see Andy.
Yeah.
I never decide what I'm going to sing till I've heard others singing, so I work out a little theme from that. But I've got songs on most themes, but other than Casus Belli by some guy called Gaffer something or other, that's the only historical song I've got, and I can't sing that one on here, can I? So I'm going to sing something a bit more topical for me. This is about my garden shed. We've all reached a stage now where the summer has come, the spring is here, so you've got to take the bull by the horns, chaps, and go and tackle your garden shed. This is going to tell you how to do it, how to succeed, okay? Beckoned by the scent of spring, my eager steps are led down my Yorkstone garden path towards my garden shed. In my garden shed there is always more junk to be found than the year before. There are gardening forks with the prongs that bend, and a second-hand hoe with a broken end, 3 old spades and assorted rakes, bamboo canes and beechwood stakes. There's a paraffin stove and a paraffin lamp, and a smell of creosote, oil and damp. 2 deck chairs which are now antiques, and a watering can that leaks. And I always bump my head as I open the door to my shed. My heart leaps up as I behold a rainbow overhead. My heart does not leap at all when I behold my shed. In my garden shed there's a gardener's hoard where the things that you never can find are stored. There are 3 leather boots with a fine green mould and a length of chicken wire neatly rolled. A box of mummified apples we stored, which the mildew rotted and the field mice gnawed. 2 old lawnmowers looking forlorn, they're all conked out and they can't cut a lawn. Plastic flower pots heaped in a stack and a home-brewed beer at the back. And my heart is filled with dread as I open the door to my shed. When God turned Adam out of Eden, as the scriptures said, he was doomed to till the soil and own a garden shed. In my garden shed there are 2 old nests and an arsenal aimed at the garden pests. There's spray for the greenfly, warts and blight, and the midges, moths and thrips and flight. Poisons just for the mould and rot, and more for the aphid, scab and spot. Lethal pellets for the snails and slugs, mixtures for crippling the grubs and bugs. For the grass there are various sacks of feed which claim to remove all weeds. I could kill my plot stone dead with the stuff that I've got in my shed. Sugar mixed with sodium chlorate can explode, it said. I can now confirm this fact. I have no garden shed.
What a sad ending.
Every man needs a shed.
Worse than the death, that is.
I'm filling up.
Yeah.
Trouble with mine is it needs a new roof on it.
Ah, well, then you've got a shed to make a new roof in.
No.
I couldn't be without a shed. Blimey.
That's what the garage is for.
I've got a summer house. That's where mine is.
Who one has a summer house, does one?
One does
just got
actually.
3
At the top of the
sheds.
garden, one has a summer house.
You're
Do you have a
posh.
summer in cattle killing? That's the thing.
Absolutely. In the evenings, because my summer house faces south, so I get the sun all day in my garden.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
That's why he's got
And it disappears about 9 o'clock over Carne Davydd.
Does he know? Anyway, if just to mention to any newcomers, or Richard's newcomer, I know, we encourage people to unmute yourself at the end of songs and give you a round of applause or boos or whatever derisitory remarks, and then just mute yourself again before the next lot. So that's the usual arrangement. So
Thank you very much.
I'm going to mute myself. I am now muting.
The shed business
Okay.
reminded me of the Monty Python sketch about Arthur Two Sheds Jackson. I don't know if any of you remember that.
No, we're too young, I think, over here, Rich.
Oh, I like that one. That's rich.
Okay, we've got Alan still at his pipes. He's promised on his pipes next week.
Hang on. They'll be patient, John.
Yeah, well, I'm
It'd be
eager.
worth waiting for.
Yeah, okay, I'm waiting.
Patience is a virgin. Chew.
Absolutely. Right. Good job we got plenty of time tonight, isn't it? This is one of my songs. It's about my fascination with the different speeds that time goes when you're young and when you're old. It's called Speed of Time. Sand slips through your fingers, the moon that moves the tide. Life is full of hope and lingers when time is on your side. When young, the time moves slowly, a lifetime in every day. The older we get, we seem to forget how quickly life can fly. Oh, the rhythm of life keeps going, nothing can change its path. So keep on living the way that you do, 'cause you can't hold back the past. No, you can't hold back the past. As time goes by, we wonder about life and the curve it takes. It goes so fast without us knowing how quickly life has passed. Oh, the rhythm of life keeps going, nothing can change its path. So keep on living the way that you do, 'cause you can't hold back the past. No, you can't hold back the past. So fill each day with fun and laughter. Don't waste time, don't throw it away. Your life is full of wonder, full of dreams in every day. Oh, the rhythm of life keeps going, nothing can change its path. So keep on living the way that you do, 'cause you can't hold back the past. Oh, the rhythm of life keeps going, nothing can change its path. So keep on living the way that you do, 'cause you can't hold back the past. No, you can't hold back the past. No, you can't hold back the past.
Yay! Excellent.
Cracker that.
After apart from, as usual chord cock-ups, but there we go.
Well, not bad, I don't suppose, Phil.
Aye. Is that a proper song or what one you wrote yourself?
That's one I wrote myself, you cheeky.
Yeah, it's not. So it's not a proper song.
No, it's not a proper song, no.
No, we went through that last week.
We did, we had that last week.
That was my favourite quote from John from last week.
Yeah.
I don't suppose it's a proper song. You probably wrote it yourself.
I mean, that bugger Terry, he writes such good songs.
I know he does, yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah, everything else is not really a song after his, is it, really?
Where are we now? We're in Swindon.
Alan.
We're in Swindon with Julian and Val.
Unmuted. Yeah, we're going to sing a song which probably before your time, for a lot of you. Joe Stafford took it to #1 in 1952, and Kate Rusby brought it up to date. We thought with events happening in the Suez Canal, we might just sing it for you tonight.
I love Joe Stafford.
Okay. Not super switch it on.
See the pyramids along the Nile. See the sunrise on that tropic isle. Just remember, darling, all the while, you belong to me.
See the marketplace in old Algiers. Send me photographs and souvenirs. Just remember when the dream appears, you belong to me.
I'll be so alone without you. Maybe you'll be lonesome too. By the ocean in a silver plane, see the jungle when it's wet with rain. Just remember till you're home again, you belong to me. I'll be so alone without you. Maybe you'll be lonesome too. See the pyramids along the Nile. See the sunrise on that tropic isle. Just remember, darling, all the while, you belong to me.
Lovely song. I love that song.
Yeah, you're quite right. Never heard that before. Way before my time, that one.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was even a year before I was born too.
Right, okay, we've got a special treat now. We're over to Chicago, Illinois, for Richard, who is actually working as we speak. He is in the hospital where he works, and hopefully we won't have any sort of newly born children, babies who need his attention.
Well, you do know that Illinois in Wales would be pronounced Illinois. Illinois.
Well, it's not in bloody Wales, is it?
He is at the moment. He is at the moment. I can see his image, and we're in Wales.
Well, if it was spelt in Welsh, it would have to have a couple of W's and a G in it. And I don't know if it should have that many vowels.
Yeah, we do spell things properly over here. Yes, I'll shut up.
Yeah, but there's, as I understand it, there's no J and there's no K in the Welsh alphabet. Are there?
We do have a J nowadays. We've adopted the J, but we don't need a K.
Because I always wondered when JFK got assassinated, in Wales, did they just say that F had got shot?
I don't know. You'd have to answer that question for me. I don't. It's very interesting. My family hails from Wales.
I don't suppose you tell many people, though, do you?
I don't know. I might be related to some of you. I don't know.
God help you if you are.
The family moved from Wales in the end of the 19th century to Liverpool, which I understand from my friend John Langford is sort of.
I'm from Liverpool.
There you go. And then they all moved en masse over in like 1926 to Brooklyn, New York.
Probably met my grandma.
But I imagine you're probably my great nephew. That's what I'm
It
guessing.
could be, absolutely. I hope so. We have there's and we got
People, Alan.
it. So I love the Joe Stafford song. I'm a huge Joe Stafford fan. I have about 6 or 7 of her records actually. I love that kind of music she makes. And she made a lot of eclectic music too, both sort of faux country comedy records, and she also made she had one record of Scottish ballads, which was a lovely record. But So that was a lovely song. So I'll try to play a song similar. I guess I would say to any of you who are songwriters is if you're going to write a love song to a woman, do it before you're married because you get a lot farther with it. Well, as for me, the day breaks built for wonder. So I wonder who in the hell chose me as the luckiest guy on earth. Now I agree that no one deserves this. But then again, when was the last time that you got what you deserved? Elizabeth, did your mama teach you to keep your love from dreamers? Dreamers all turn cruel. Protect yourself, protect your heart, they say, that a life is best kept foolproof. Though Elizabeth, no one's as ingenious as a fool. It's just past noon. Me, I'm just past thinking that when it gets this hot, you could waste your time on each and every degree. And so I try and keep real still. I don't worry what God is up to. You see, the devil's thinking, it don't seem so hot to me. Elizabeth, what did that gypsy tell you when you slipped her 10 to have a look at your future so far? Did she smile? Did she cock her head the way a moon rises on Saturn, as if to say, all you need to know is who you are? Well, the day is gone. Again, I've accomplished nothing save to notice how the sunset ain't seen colors like this in years. You see, when you're lucky as me, oh man, there is no need to be ambitious. When you're lucky enough to truly love the one who loves you, dear. Oh, Elizabeth, when did you become so foolish that you would give your love to me? All dreamers are fools, and although I cannot say, just who will protect your children, Elizabeth, I know the wondrous gifts that God gives to fools. Elizabeth, you are the wondrous gift that God gave this fool.
Yay, lovely.
Oh, come on. Did you marry her in the end?
Yes, unfortunately for her, I did. Yeah.
Now, we don't have many rules in this folk club, but augmented fifths, diminished sevenths, major sevenths, I heard them all in there. 3 chords maximum. 3.
Are these some folk music fascist or something? Is it...
Yeah, that's me, yeah. No.
Right.
It's actually based on 2 old songs. I guess they're American, I think. You probably know them. One is Sidewalks of New York, and Trip Delight, Fantastic on the Sidewalks of New York, and the other is the Strawberry Blonde. Casey would waltz with the Strawberry Blonde, and the band played on. It's sort of a mashup of the chord structures of those, and then the song.
Yeah, it was great.
Right, that was great, Rich. We'll hear from you in the second half. I think we're quiet tonight, so we'll
Excellent.
get round quite easily the second time. So we'll have more from.
John, have you asked Rich how he heard about us? How have you come across us, Rich?
I am a member. I'm not a member. I've gone to the Black Fen Folk Club open mic, and I met them when I had a small tour of England in 2019. And so they were doing that, and then I keep looking for the folk clubs, and a guy. Well, I wouldn't say that we're friends, but I'm acquainted with, and he's acquainted with me, Richard Thompson. He's told me about the folk clubs in England, and so I'm looking for places and to play, and you're in Wales, so you can't beat that.
We were at the bottom of the barrel.
Hardly. No, I'm enjoying this immensely. I mean, open mics are great to meet people and hear what people do, and I just love it.
Well, we're about 30 miles from England here, but about 15.
Oh yes, okay, fair.
15 if you can swim.
You said a lot of your relatives were from Liverpool. I think probably about a quarter of the audience here tonight we call them Scousers, people from Liverpool.
Yeah. I've heard that. Yeah.
It's a compliment. Yeah.
Do you guys? You ever heard of a band called the Mekons?
Yeah.
Yeah. They moved to Chicago, and John Langford's a friend of mine, and he told me that Liverpool is very tightly associated, or I think he called it like the capital of Wales. I don't know if that's true, but that's what he said.
It has been said before. Has been said, yeah.
Yeah, right.
And he's Welsh.
Yeah.
John's Welsh. Yeah.
It's known as the ancient capital of North Wales, yeah. A lot of Welsh people moved there for jobs and built chapels.
That's what happened to my family. They moved there for seafaring. Yeah. And then they relocated to the United States to do the same. My grandfather worked in the rope and sail trade in the Brooklyn shipyards.
Right.
When after he nearly got arrested for breaking into a car.
I would say most people leave Liverpool because they're on the run from the police.
Edna, come on now. You can't let that go, Edna.
Hey,
you can't let him get away with that.
You buggered off from not having that.
Yeah.
Hello, Edna, you hit him, love.
Nice to hear a little bit of Liverpool language on there anyway.
Edna knows where you live, John.
Edna's had a hair done.
Where you live.
Yeah. Edna's had her hair done, hasn't she?
Yeah. Oh, hey, look.
Oh,
yeah. Come for that Marilyn Monroe look.
Yeah,
That's what it is. I haven't had it cut because I haven't had a chance to get the hairdressers. I look like a hooer at a christening.
I was going to say that she has the wind up her skirt.
Oh, great.
That's an American movie reference.
Oh.
Normally, you just look like you've just been shagged in as the car park.
Oh, this is what did you say, John? Family show.
That's how you
Moving on
get
to-
families.
Moving on to
Tagging involves is how you get a family.
yet another Scouser, Mr. Warburton.
Oh,
Another
yes.
Thank you very kindly, sir.
Scouser.
Yeah. Shut up, knobhead. Well, in actual fact, my three of my grandparents were Welsh. My paternal grandmother came from Rhyl, and my maternal grandmother came from Llanidloes in mid Wales, and my maternal grandfather came from Machynlleth. And so there we are. That's the Welsh connection.
You're
Me
not all bad then.
My
You're not all
granddad
bad
was
then.
my granddad was born on Man Island, which had a terrace of houses on it. At the beginning, at the end of the last century, there were about 3 or 4 houses on Man Island, and my granddad lived there. His claim to fame was being shipwrecked on South Stack one foggy night on his return to Liverpool. But I'll have to write a song about that at some point. But yeah, there you go. Yeah, we were talking about love. We've had a love song. I'm going to do another one. Because not only was it my 68th birthday last Saturday, which I kept very quiet because John would have extracted the urine very extremely if I'd mentioned it, so I didn't. But it's also, that makes it 50 years since I formally asked this good lady here to be my wife. And so this is a song I wrote for 10 years ago. So here we go. Put your arms around me, let me feel your love surround me. Feels like the warm glow of the sun. Need to feel you near me and to know you love me dearly. Come on girl, chase my blues away. Sometimes I feel like nothing's going right, and life feels difficult to bear. Turn around and I'll see you there. Feel the love I know we share, and you just blow my cares away. So put your arms around me, let me feel your love surround me. Feels like the warm glow of the sun. I need to feel you near me and to know you love me dearly. Come on girl, take my cares away. Sometimes I feel like nothing's going right, and life feels difficult to bear. Turn around and I'll see you there. Feel the love I know we share, and you just blow my cares away. So put your arms around me, let me feel your love surround me. Feels like the warm glow of the sun. I need to feel you near me and to know you love me dearly. Come on girl, chase my cares away. Only you can take my blues away. Come on, girl, and take my cares away.
Never fails that, John.
Thanks, John.
That's lovely. That's lovely. I'm blushing.
So am I.
I thought I was waiting for that line. It must be from another song of yours, John, where you're about to make love all night long. And I thought that you've got a bloody good memory. That's all I'm going to
Yes,
say.
I have. Yeah, in actual fact, that's called The Gift. But I usually add. Carol doesn't like it when I do, but when I do, I say, well, actually, nowadays it's more like, and I will snore right through the night. So, yeah. No, that's right. The original line is, we'll make love all through the night.
Life's rich tapestry.
Yes, indeed.
Love means never having to admit you're boring.
Right, I see we're joined by, this is going to be confusing. We've got another Rick. And yes, we have got time for a song from you, Rick. And Jeff, are you doing a song for us tonight?
Can do, John.
Yes.
Again,
was that a yes?
Can do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so if you can move the little boxes about. Brian has moved out of place, and if you can put Rick and then Jeff before you, Alan.
Yep. There we are. And Jeff. And Brian's... Oh, he's logged out and logged back in. Yeah. Where was Brian?
Brian was... Brian was...
Down south.
Irene T. Gwyn, Brian Davith.
There we are. Can you see I'm moving you, Brian? Look at that. Whoa. You are susceptible to the click and drag technique. That's all I'm going to say.
Right, okay, we've got another of Carol's dragon poems, I understand. I missed it on Tuesday.
Yes.
John's just your warm-up artist, really, isn't he?
Yes, yeah. These first few are only very short anyway. Most of them are only 8 lines long, so we get through them very, very quickly. So this one is Bill and his friend Ted. Hello, I'm Bill, and this is my friend Ted. And we've had an adventure or two. The rest all stay still, sitting on the windowsill. Apart from Des, when he went and played Boo. Des was last week's. So now Des has gone to join in the fun, which we can hear happening down below. I want to go and see, but Ted won't come with me. So, on my own, I'll go. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
You can get something else for the second half, Carol, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
They're only little wee bits, those. We'd like to hear a bit more of that. Right, and now we're going to Izzy, who has decided she is going to sing for us tonight.
Gone mad. Okay, I'm going to give you Seth Davey without me earplugging. Can you hear me?
Yeah, a bit closer if you can, and poke him in the eye before you start.
Started off. Astride of an old packing case, and the dolls on the end of the plank they would dance as he crooned with a smile on his face. Come take your day, wish in me heart for Sunday, drinking buttermilk all the week, whiskey on a Sunday. His tired old hands drummed the wooden beam as the puppet dolls they danced the gig. 'Twas a far better show than you've ever seen at the Pivy or New Brighton Pier. Come day, go day, wishing me heart for Sunday, drinking buttermilk all the week, whiskey on a Sunday. In 1905, old Seth Davy died, his song was heard no more. The three dancing dolls in the jowl bin ended, and the plank went in then the back door. Come day, go day, wishing me heart for Sunday, drinking buttermilk all the week, whiskey on a Sunday. On some stormy nights down Scotty Roadway, when the wind's blowing in from the sea, you can still hear the sound of old Seth Davy as he croons to his dancing dolls three. Oh, come day, go day, wishing me heart for Sunday, drinking buttermilk all the week, whiskey on a Sunday. Oh, come day, go day, wishing me heart for Sunday, drinking buttermilk all the week, whiskey on a Sunday.
Cracking voice there, is it?
Lovely.
The voice is gone, John. You know that lovely operatic voice I had? Well, since I had my treatment for my breast cancer, it's just disappeared. Nothing I can
It'll
do
be
about
up there somewhere. If you just look around and just grab it out the air, it'll be there somewhere waiting for you.
Yeah, the trouble is I've got a bit of burning on one of my lungs from it all, so you know what they say, shit happens, but you're still here to live in it.
Oh, dear.
I only ever worry when it starts hitting the fan.
That's it.
That's when you need to stand back and take stock of it all. I'm
Right,
still here.
that was lovely, Izzy. Thanks ever so much
Thanks,
for that.
John.
Oh, it was very nice.
Right, and now Gaffer. I don't think anybody has ever described Gaffer as lovely.
Gaffer has.
I don't know why not.
Lovely.
John,
Are you speaking to me, John, through that Dremel that somebody sold you and told you it was a microphone?
Oh, I think he's proper cute, our Gaffer. But there's no accounting for taste.
Made a little bit of...
Watch out, Gaffer, she sat next to you.
Oh, fair. Also, which way?
Just keep your legs away from my side.
I need a little bit of help with a crib sheet for the title of this one, because it's got quite a long title. The title is almost as long as the song. I haven't sung it for several months, so it's about time I exposed you to it. And the title is Compare and Contrast, in your own words, on both sides of the paper, the various economic, military and diplomatic events, circumstances and factors together with the way that they interacted, to bring about the eventual outbreak of the First World War. Your answer should include a number of unsavoury foreign people and be intelligible to the board or examiners. Marks will be deducted for attempting to adopt a Central European viewpoint or to suggest that they wash. Okay, that's the title out the way. All I've got to do now is try to remember the song. I shall relate the consequence of that most dreadful day. Civilization as we know it was swept into disarray when the emperor in Vienna had the telephone put in, 'cause the first bloke that he telephoned was the Kaiser in Berlin. He telephones the Kaiser up, he says, now listen, Bill, there's some buggers in the Balkans that I'm kinda keen to kill. But me army short of soldiers and me sailors short of ships, and you seem quite short of enemies. We could form a partnership. But the president of France found out and thought he'd give a ring to his very good friend in London town, His Majesty the King. And the pair of them agreed, the squareheads went to flaming fire. They said, there's only one thing for it, we must telephone the Tsar. So they gave a bell to Petrograd and they said, now listen, Nick, the Kaiser's got the Emperor behaving like a prick. He wants to run the Balkans, said Romanov. Yet he can't. Would you have any objections if I joined in your entente? Meanwhile, the Kaiser rang von Schlieffen up, said, son, I need a plan. But von Schlieffen was an old school Prussian sporting gentleman. He said, take every soldier that you got and shove him into France. The Tsar needs time to mobilise. Let's give the poor bugger a chance. So they had the plan, they knew the side. They only lacked the cause, but you need a casus belli when you're starting global wars, said the Kaiser to the Emperor when he gave him a ring. If you got assassinated, it would be the very thing. Not bloody likely, said the Emperor. I'm much too old for that. I suppose that if you're serious, I could always send me lad. Sarajevo, said the Kaiser, is a great place to get shot. Crazy Croats, psychopathic Serbs, and anarchists, the lot. So the lad was sent, the lad was shot, the lad was carried back, and the Emperor rang the Kaiser for permission to attack. Oh, not so fast, son, said the Kaiser. Serbia hasn't got no coast. A new navy would be bored to tears. We need some further foes. Now Switzerland's too mountainous, and Holland's far too flat. Belgium's bloody average. We could have a bash at that. And that is how the war to end all warfare came to be. For the Kaiser marched on Belgium, and the rest is history.
Bloody brilliant.
If you have a look at the chat, Gaff, and Rich over in Chicago has just come up with a new shorter title for you.
Well, have a look on the chat for that. I guess it took about a fortnight for that. Stuff your Schlieffen Plan Fritz. Ahoy! Yeah.
The actual title is Casus Belli, Rich. It's not shorting.
I just loved it. I loved the song. That was great.
It's a brilliant
It was
song.
actually a Scottish gentleman who invented the telephone, and And so you can blame Leslie really for all that, because without a telephone, I think there'd still be a fella sat in Sarajevo waiting for a Serb to shoot him.
Right, okay, people mute yourselves if you're not doing anything, because we've got Carl next.
Evening, everyone. I found this John Prine song, which is quite nice. I Remember Everything. So. I remember everything. That's the title, but it's not the first line. I've been down this road before. I remember every tree, every single blade of grass holds a special place for me. I remember every town and every hotel room, every song I ever sang on a guitar out of tune. I remember everything, things I can't forget. The way you turned and smiled on me on the night that we first met. And I remember every night your ocean eyes are blue. How I miss you in the morning light, like roses miss the dew. I've been down this road before, alone as I can be, careful not to let my past come sneaking up on me. Got no future in my happiness, though regrets are very few. Sometimes a little tenderness is the best that I can do. I remember everything, things I can't forget. Swimming pools of butterflies that slip right through the net. And I remember every night your ocean eyes are blue. How I miss you in the morning light, like roses miss the dew. How I miss you in the morning light, like roses miss the dew. Thank you.
No, yes.
Yeah. The notes are all there, but not in the right order.
Splendid. Yeah, I do that, Carl.
Yeah, that sounded pretty good to me.
Yeah.
But then again, I know bugger all, don't I? We've got an
John
echo.
Prine's last recording, last thing he did.
A tree of forgiveness or something like that. Yeah.
A year ago. Yeah. Very good.
We seem to be a bit echoey again, are we? No? No, we're okay. Right, Alan has been and gone and he's come back.
The gremlins are out. I've gone and given my router a sound thrashing. I'm hopeful that I will stick around.
Okay, we are down to Surrey for Irene.
Thank
and
you.
Irene's on her own. Well, normally she does a song on her own, and then she does one with a backing track from.
I'm going to do one. My sound technician is behind the screen, Dave from the Mumbles. He'll show his face maybe in a minute. I don't know. Maybe after the song. I'm going to do Dougie MacLean's song, Caledonia. So take it away, Dave.
Out. Where's your hankies now? Come.
2, 3.
I don't know if you can see the changes that have come over me. These last few days I've been afraid that I might drift away. I've been telling old stories, singing songs that make me think about where I came from, and that's the reason why I seem so far away today. Let me tell you that I love you, that I think about you all the time. Caledonia, you're calling me, now I am going home. If I should become a stranger, know that it would make me more than sad. Caledonia's been everything I've ever had. Now I've moved and I've kept on moving, proved the points that I needed proving, lost the friends that I needed losing, found others on the way. I've kissed the lads and left them crying, stolen dreams, yes, there's no denying. I've travelled hard with coattails flying somewhere in the wind. Let me tell you that I love you, that I think about you all the time. Caledonia, you're calling me, now I am going home. If I should become a stranger, know that it would make me more than sad. Caledonia's been everything I've ever had. Now I'm sitting here before the fire, the empty room, the forest choir, the flames that could not get any higher. They've withered now, they've gone. I'm steady thinking, my way is clear, and I know what I will do tomorrow. When the hands are shaken and the kisses flow, then I will disappear. Let me tell you that I love you, that I think about you all the time. Caledonia, you're calling me, now I am going home. If I should become a stranger, know that it would make me more than sad. Caledonia's been everything I've ever had. Caledonia's been everything I've ever had.
Beautiful, Irene.
I love that song.
Oh.
Right,
Thank
lovely.
you.
Despite the fella backing you, we're really missing them tonight. I mean,
I don't know what's happened, because he emailed me and he said, we'll see you tonight at Rhyl. So unless one of the children have phoned unexpectedly or something, I don't know. Do you want to see Dave from the Mumbles?
oh yes,
Here he is. Come on.
I'm going to stick my head in.
There he is.
Come in.
Oh,
Hello.
wow. Behind a bush, eh?
I've been
Hello,
listening to
Dave.
you. I've only come in today because I had a haircut this morning. Yes.
I'm struggling with that Mumbles accent.
Yeah, well,
It's not.
you left when you were 3, didn't you?
I'm British. I was born in the Mumbles, and at age 3, I had my third birthday in Dundee in Scotland. And I left there when I was 26 and came down to stay around this part of the world.
To
and
work
I've been
for
here ever since.
To work for BP.
So
Wow.
I'm British.
Yeah, I always say Scottish, but he tells me off for that. He said you should say British, but I don't know. You could be both, can't you?
I can have any choice of any rugby team depending on who's playing who.
Don't move.
Oh
The
dear.
French are always at the bottom of the pile.
As long as they wear red, you're okay.
Oh dear, there you
I'll
go.
let you carry on with your evening. It's lovely.
before you go, Dave, we do have a French lady here, Eveline.
Yeah.
She
oh
is.
dear, Ebrill. Oh, what did you say about the French? He didn't mean it.
No, don't do that. Sometimes they can do quite well.
I think that's the Surrey influence on him.
I think
Well, don't they? I mean, be fair, Pascal.
They've got a great team this year.
Off you go then.
I'll leave you all.
Right, okay, that's enough, Dave. Bugger off. You've entertained us for long enough now.
Yes, that's it.
I'm a bit frightened that we've offended Mike and Helen, because normally I single them out for especially being unpleasant.
No, but he loves all the banter. He's used to it.
The last 2 weeks I've actually been nice to them.
Maybe you've been too nice, John.
Yeah, so I wonder if they've sort of, taken umbrage and
no, it won't be that. I will hear. I will probably. I was going to look on my phone, in a minute and just see if they've done anything. She might have texted me, so I'll have a look.
Have they heard that Petit Fours are on offer at Waitrose and it's open late this evening or something?
That's what it is, Alan. I didn't think of that.
Is it T. Gwyn's video next, Alan?
We can do that. Yeah, we can do that. I can do the old share screen. So if you can mute yourselves, please, I'll mute myself and we'll put T. Gwyn in his absence. We'll put his video on. You ready, John? Yeah.
This week we're having an absolute classic by the poet Cynan, and it's dedicated to the location Aberdaron, which is a village on the Llŷn Peninsula, which is now mainly second homes, I suspect, or retirees live there now. And indeed, the poet's aspiration in the work is dealing with age and retirement. Aberdaron gan Cynan. Pan fwyf yn hen a pharchus, ac arian yn fy nghod, a phob beirniadaeth drosodd, a phawb yng nghanning nghlod, mi brynaf fwthyn unig, heb ddim o flaen ei ddor, ond creigiau Aberdaron, a thonau gwyllt y môr. Pan fwyf yn hen a pharchus, am gwaed yn llifo'n oer, am calon heb gyflymu o ddwylied godi'r soer. Bydd gobaith imbryd hynny, mewn bwthyn sydd a'i ddor, at greigiau Aberdaron a thonau gwyllt y môr. Pan fwyf yn hen a pharchus, tu hwnt i fawl a sen, am can yn ôl y patrwm a'i hangerdd oll ar ben, bydd gobaith imbryd hynny, mewn bwthyn sydd a'i ddor at greigiau Aberdaron a thonau gwyllt y môr. O blegid mi gaf yno, yng nghri y stormus wynt, adlais o'r hen wrthryfel, a wyb fy enaid gynt, a chanaf ar hen angerdd wrth syllu tu ar ddor, at greigiau Aberdaron a thonau gwyllt y môr.
Yeah.
That's one of my favourites.
Yeah, so that's one of my favourite. That is as well. Yeah, amazing.
Yeah. And T. Gwyn, fair play. I did send him an email back when he sent me that to say I thought he performed it brilliantly. I know David has some alternative words to that, which
really no.
But,
yes. I won't do them tonight.
Oh.
Good man. Good man.
You want me to, do you?
No.
Yeah, we've got quite a few people missing tonight. I wonder if some of them have got an invite to fill the Greeks gig tomorrow. Are they?
Hey. They're all off to Windsor. They're all off to Windsor.
Are they planting him or are they burning him?
I think they're going to plant him, aren't they? I don't.
Yeah, they
Going
usually get
to be
planted.
laid to
Planting
rest
him
in the
tomorrow.
crypt of the
Why they can't throw him off a ship, I don't know, but they are.
That'd be too cheap.
Would they practice throwing him off the ship like in a shipyard on land just so they got it right before they go out to sea? But you have to rehearse these things carefully.
Yeah, I mean, the guy who digs the grave has to wear a scuba suit if they bury him at sea.
I've written a one-line autobiography. It says, "Well-born lad drops lucky." That's it.
Oh,
Right, where are we down on the south coast with Brian?
Why?
Hey.
On your Jack Jones tonight, no Linda.
Yeah, I've got to sing more verses, haven't I?
Yeah, she's been carrying him for weeks, hasn't she, John?
She has, yeah. She certainly improves my singing anyway. Anyway, this is a song written by Ewan McCall 57 years ago. I'm used to the version by the Watersons, and it's called The 30-Foot Trailer. The old ways are changing, you cannot deny. The day of the traveller is over. There's nowhere to go and there's nowhere to bide. So farewell to the life of the rover. Farewell to the tent and the old caravan, to the tinker, the gypsy, the travelling man, and farewell to the 30-foot trailer. Farewell to the cant and the travelling tongue, farewell to the Romany talking, the buying and selling, the old fortune telling, the knock on the door and the hawking. Farewell to the tent and the old caravan, to the tinker, the gypsy, the travelling man, and farewell to the 30-foot trailer. You've got to move fast to keep up with the times, for these days a man cannot dander. There's a bylaw to say you must be on your way, and another to say you can't wander. Farewell to the tent and the old caravan, to the tinker, the gypsy, the travelling man, and farewell to the 30-foot trailer. Farewell to the besoms of heather and broom, farewell to the creel and the basket, for the folks of today they would far soon pay for a thing that's been made out of plastic. Farewell to the tent and the old caravan, to the tinker, the gypsy, the travelling man, and farewell to the 30-foot trailer. The old ways are passing and soon will be gone, and progress is aye a big factor. It's sent to afflict us, and when they evict us, they tow us away with a tractor. Farewell to the tent and the old caravan, to the tinker, the gypsy, the travelling man, and farewell to the 30-foot trailer. Farewell to the pony, the cob and the mare, where the reins and the harness are idle. You don't need a strap when you're breaking up scrap, so farewell to the bit and the bridle. Farewell to the tent and the old caravan, to the tinker, the gypsy, the travelling man, and farewell to the 30-foot trailer. Farewell to the fields where we were sweated and toiled at pulling and shoving and lifting. They'll soon have machines and the travelling queens, and their menfolk had better be shifting.
Farewell to the tent and the old caravan, to the tinker, the gypsy, the travelling man, and farewell to the 30-foot trailer. The old ways are changing, you cannot deny. The days of the traveller is over. There's nowhere to go and there's nowhere to bide. So farewell to the life of the rover. Farewell to the tent and the old caravan, to the tinker, the gypsy, the travelling man, and farewell to the 30-foot trailer.
Brilliant, Ryan. The only thing I will say is that we used to make besoms, not bosoms.
Let me go that wrong, I expect.
I'll cross that one off my list for tonight then. It's true, it's true.
What, making besoms or...
What's
or
that?
something
No, besoms. No, the song. I'm digging up something different.
Right.
You'll dug it up when I sing it. Yeah.
Are you mining for it then, Alan?
I am.
Davith.
Hello.
We are very disappointed that B's not doing anything.
Right, I told her you would be.
Yeah. Sound
Yeah.
thrashing in order, I think. Oh, I'd like to see him try.
Sound thrashing? Thrashing sound or sound thrashing, do you mean?
Go on, put her over your knee.
No, not while there are witnesses. Wait until there are no witnesses. Yeah. Right. Okay. Well, we're going to Scotland and to the United States this evening, and we're travelling by train. First of all, W.H. Jordan. This is the night train crossing the border, bringing the cheque and the postal order, letters for the rich, letters for the poor, the shop at the corner, the girl next door, pulling a beatuck a steady climb, the gradient's against her, but she's on time. Past cotton grass and moorland boulder, shovelling white steam over her shoulder, snorting noisily as she passes silent miles of wide bent grasses. Birds turn their heads as she approaches, stare from the bushes at her blank-faced coaches. Sheepdogs cannot turn her course, they slumber on with paws across. In the farm she passes, no one wakes, but a jug in a bedroom gently shakes. Dawn freshens. Her climb is done. Down towards Glasgow she descends, towards the steam tugs yelping down a glade of cranes, towards the fields of apparatus, the furnaces set on the dark plain like gigantic chessmen. All Scotland waits for her, in dark glens beside pale green lochs. Men long for news. Letters of thanks, letters from banks, letters of joy from girl and boy, receipted bills and invitations to inspect new stock or to visit relations, and applications for situations and timid lovers' declarations, and gossip from all the nations, news circumstantial, news financial, letters with holiday snaps to enlarge in, letters with faces scrawled on the margin, letters from uncles, cousins and aunts, letters to Scotland from the south of France, letters of condolence to highlands and lowlands, written on paper of every hue, the pink, the violet, the white and blue. The chatty, the catty, the boring, the adoring, the cold and official, and the hearts outpouring, clever, stupid, short and long, the typed and the printed and the spelt all wrong. Thousands are still asleep, dreaming of terrifying monsters, or of friendly tea beside the band in Cranston's or in Crawford's. Asleep in working Glasgow, asleep in well-set Edinburgh, asleep in granite Aberdeen, they continue their dreams, but shall wake soon and hope for letters, and none will hear the postman's knock without a quickening of the heart, for who can bear to feel himself forgotten? Oh, well, thank you. Over to America now. And I wish I could sing this, but I do not have the voice for it. So, riding on the city of New Orleans, Illinois or Illinois, Central Monday morning rail. 15 cars and 15 restless riders, 3 conductors and 25 sacks of mail. All along the southbound Odyssey, the train pulls out at Kankakee, rolls along past houses, farms and fields, passing trains that have no name, freight yards full of old black men, and the graveyards of the rusted automobiles. Good morning, America, how are you? Say, don't you know me? I'm your native son. I'm the train they call the city of New Orleans. I'll be gone 500 miles when the day is done. Dealing card games with the old men in the club car. Penny a point, ain't no one keeping score. Pass the paper bag that holds the bottle. Feel the wheels rumbling neath the floor. And the sons of Pullman porters and the sons of engineers ride their fathers' magic carpets made of steel. Mothers with their babes asleep are rocking to the gentle beat, and the rhythm of the rails is all they feel. Good morning, America, how are you? Say, don't you know me? I'm your favorite son. I'm the train they call the city of New Orleans. I'll be gone 500 miles when day is done. Now night time on the city of New Orleans, changing cars in Memphis, Tennessee. Halfway home, we'll be there by morning, though the Mississippi darkness rolling down to the sea. That should have been through the Mississippi darkness. But all towns and people seem to fade into a bad dream, and the steel rail still ain't heard the news. The conductor sings his songs again. The passengers will please refrain. This train's got the disappearing railroad blues. Good night, America, how are you? Say, don't you know me? I'm your favorite son. I'm the train they call the city of New Orleans. I'll be gone 500 yards when the day is done. Thank you, Steve Goodman, for that song.
Stamina. You promised you wouldn't sing. And you were singing.
I'm sorry. Yes, I know.
You couldn't help yourself.
It's so tempting, isn't it, with that one?
That's great. You couldn't help yourself.
Yeah.
And the first one, Auden, it was very, very Betjeman-esque, wasn't it?
Sort of, yes.
Yeah.
It was written for a film made with the music by Benjamin Britten. It was an advert for the Royal Mail.
Did it have a box of matches going da 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 da? No, that's a different thing entirely. Yeah.
Well,
never mind.
You never know, Owen.
I think I'm in a parallel universe here. somewhere.
Yeah.
I've
So
actually
am
got
I.
the film.
Good place to be.
I have
Right.
got the film, yes.
Better than reality. Okay, Richard the second, as opposed to Richard the third, who is now who was in a car park in Leicester.
Hiya, you're right. Alan, how's it sounding?
Well, we can hear you.
Well,
just strum your guitar. Give us a note on your... Well, that sounds louder than your voice. So just lean in or something.
Yeah, I'll try.
That's...
How's that?
Well, it sounds okay.
Okay.
Have you got your blue button on?
Ah.
Is it turn off or turn on that I should
Turn
be
off.
reading?
It should say turn off. Yeah.
Yes, it's saying turn off. It's blue. All right. Without
You'll
further
do-
ado, we'll have a go anyway. Right. So this is a Paul Metz's song, which I found on the internet, credited to Nick Jones. But Paul Metz's definitely wrote it. Shot over river, your gold it is waning. It's weeks since the colour has seen, but it's no use just sitting, ladylike blaming. I'll pack up and make the break clean. Farewell to the gold that never I found. Goodbye to the nuggets that somewhere abound. For it's only when dreaming I see you gleaming down in the dark, deep underground. Well, it's nearly 2 years since I left my own mother for venture and gold with a pound. With Jimmy the prospector, he was another. To the hills of Otago we were bound. Farewell to the gold that never I found. Goodbye to the nuggets that somewhere abound. For it's only when dreaming I see you gleaming down in the dark, deep underground. So we worked the Cardonas, Dry Valley all over. Old Jimmy Williams and me. But the panning the dust on the winding short over. So we headed down there just to see. Farewell to the gold that never I found. Goodbye to the nuggets that somewhere abound. For it's only when dreaming I see you gleaming down in the dark, deep underground. Day after day, we sluiced, we cradled in barely enough to get by. When a terrible flood swept poor Jimmy away during 6 stormy days in July. Farewell to the gold that never I found. Goodbye to the nuggets that somewhere abound. For it's only when dreaming I see you gleaming down in the dark, deep underground.
Yes, Rich.
Hey!
Enjoyed it. Nice one.
Thank you.
Fancy doing a Penguin Eggs number when Mike Hawkins isn't here? It's Penguin Eggs that's from, isn't it?
It is, yes, that was on that LP, yeah.
We should all be doing Mike Hawkins stuff tonight.
Yeah, we should, yeah.
You could do Lord Franklin.
I could.
Yeah, but we can't sing like him, can we? So.
Don't tell Mike, I didn't know he did that one. Sorry.
Where is Mike?
His computer's completely and utterly, what's the technical term? Buggered. Yeah, it's broken, and it won't. Despite he's rubbed it all over, and it won't respond.
I could suggest he threw a bottle of wine over it.
Well, that's your solution, John.
That's my solution.
That's your solution to everything, isn't it?
What a waste of wine!
Ah, no.
It's a sin.
David, he's always knocking his wine over. He can't help it now. He's so old, he's knocking his wine over.
Yeah. Village.
I have a box tonight, so.
Oh,
that's the second box.
How far through it are
now,
you?
John?
Yeah.
I can kick it over. What's that, Mr. Shepherd?
You never know how much you've drunk.
This is true. Yeah.
Till it's empty.
That's why Carol's taken it away.
Drip feed would be the answer for you, John. A measured amount and a drip feed.
Right, we're keeping Mr. Jeff Durno waiting.
Oh yes.
No, I have a question because I was in late, wasn't I? So, is the guitar coming? Can you hear the guitar all right?
Very nice, Jeff. Yeah, lovely.
What was it like in the old days, Mary? Was it all that bad? Catching the tram before daybreak, did it take all the strength you had? Your old man, he came from the dockyards, he came home to sleep in a chair. As long as you had your Saturday nights, is it true you didn't care? Sing us an old song, Mary. Sing us an old song, do. Sing us an old song, Mary, that your mother and father knew. Straight from the heart now, Mary, in the style of way back when. Teach us the chorus, Mary, and we'll sing it over again. And what was it like in the Blitz now, Mary, as they fell around your ears? as you huddled beneath the table. Well, did you think you'd see all these years? And came the day of surrender. Well, your old man weren't coming home. And what did you sing beneath your breath to pass those hours alone? Sing us an old song, Mary. Sing us an old song, do. Sing us an old song, Mary, that your mother and father knew. And straight from the heart now, Mary, well, in the style of way back when. And teach us the chorus, Mary, and we'll sing it over again. And what was it like before rock and roll, before all that came around? What tapped your feet in that dead-end street? What made you sing a song? Well, sing us an old song, Mary, for you're among some good friends here. And we won't care if your voice ain't strong, but give it a go now, dear. Sing us an old song, Mary. Sing us an old song, do. Sing us an old song, Mary, that your mother and father knew. And straight from the heart now, Mary, well, in the style of way back when. And teach us the chorus, Mary, and we'll sing it over again. Yes, we'll sing it over again.
Lovely, Jen.
Lovely.
Lovely.
Great song.
Listeners just saying that's one of the favourite songs that you do. So she loves that one. So you're in there, boy.
Now I'm going to put my foot in it because it reminds me of the old Scouse joke, you know. Come on, John, give us that song. You know, the one you sang at your mother's wedding. But, sorry. Well, shut up now.
Oh, get off.
The story behind it is that when I was yay high, my grandmother lived in Folkestone, and she had a friend called Mary Martin, but everybody knew her as Nan. And when I went down with parents to stay with my grandmother, this friend of my grandmother's would sing. She always sang songs. She was always very cheerful, and she was part of the Salvation Army, and she sang songs and all sorts of things that I can remember as of her. And she was a grand old thing, and she always had this belief that 70 years and 10, that's what the Bible says. And she was really pissed off when she lived to 84. She was a grand lady.
Ah.
There was a song about Mary.
That's lovely, Jeff. That's a great.
Do you have a recording of that available?
No, afraid not.
Oh.
That's a damn
If you
shame.
listen to the video tomorrow, you'll hear it.
Ah, good man, yes.
I'd like to learn that song.
Great.
And
It'll
play
be
it.
on YouTube. This whole thing, Rick, is being recorded for YouTube.
Great song. That's your song too, right?
Yeah.
That's marvelous.
Fabulous.
It's not a proper song then, it's one you wrote then, Jeff, is it? Sorry.
Yes.
It keeps coming back to me, this quote from John Shepherd last week. Are we scraping the barrel, John?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
It's down to you.
Well, the barrel's duly scraped, so goodbye to the tent and the old caravan. Can't do that one, can't do that one. Been done. Anyway, Mike Hawkins made a request. He didn't write it on the back of a £20 note, unfortunately, because I don't think Sheila ever lets him see paper money. And so he'll be watching this, of course. It's a song about enforced child migration to Australia. Now, Ruth lent me a book written by the lady what did all the work to expose this nonsense. And I read the preface and I was in buckets of tears. And I had to give her the book back and say, Ruth, I daren't read the rest of it. It's a sad song in a way. It's got a good chorus and it's written by Boo Hewardine. Boo, whose real name is Mark, as we all know. It's called It Made Me the Man That I Am. I stood on the shore at Southampton, salt wind in my hair, a case in my hand. We were going to Western Australia. It made me the man that I am. It made me the man that I am. Far away, so far away. Sometimes I feel so far away. But the sun is up, it's a good bright day. There's work to be done, so I'll be on my way. On the crossing they called us the orphans, but they were the family I never had. We said our goodbyes at Fremantle. It made me the man that I am. It made me the man that I am. Far away, so far away. Sometimes I feel so far away. But the sun is up, it's a good bright day. There's work to be done, so I'll be on my way. Now I don't want to talk about Fairbridge. What happened there, I still can't understand. But these days I sleep with the light on. It made me the man that I am. It made me the man that I am. Far away, so far away. Sometimes I feel so far away. But the sun is up, it's a good bright day. There's work to be done, I shall be on my way. I stand on the shores at Southampton. Took me 48 years to stand here again. I wait for the tears, but they won't come. It made me the man that I am. It made me the man that I am. Far away, so far away. Sometimes I feel so far away. But the sun is bright day. I've work to do, so I'll be on my way. It made me the man that I am. It made me the man that I am.
Yeah, that's a great song.
Easy out now, Lynn.
Ground song.
Beautiful
Very
song.
sad. Very, very, very sad. Oh, yes.
Right, well, thank you, Alan, and we're at halfway. So, yeah, I'm sure we'll get through everybody's second half because there'll be. Let's have a look. Carl, are you doing that? No. Davith and B.
B says no. We'll. I think you've had enough from us tonight.
Right.
Or from me anyway.
Okay.
Oh, no, we haven't.
Right. No. Right. Let's get started. Okay, if you can all mute yourselves, because I've got an echo. It's Irene. You've got an echo, Irene. Turn yourself off. Right. Well, following on from, I've still got the echo. It's gone. Following on from what I did first time, sort of Battle of Culloden and the aftermath. Further on from that, all the Highlanders were then disarmed. And that wasn't really good news for them because the way the job worked was that the laird let these people farm his land for a few bob here and there. But if he said, right, come on lads, we're off to put the wind up the Campbells, they had to drop what they were doing, pick up the swords and go and fight for him. And they weren't given a choice in the matter. There was no, I've got an appointment with the shepherdist, can't come, sorry, none of that, they had to go. So when they didn't have any weapons, there were no use to him really, so he cleared all the people off his land and he put sheep on, which are much more profitable. So this is a Silly Wizard song.
Typical Englishman.
No, there were Scottish lairds. Yep.
Aye. They spoke posh, but they were Scots.
So, yeah, Fire in the Glen, Silly Wizard song. The old days are gone that had use for the man who supported his ledge, protecting his land, who in time of unrest would have died for his lord. Now the soldiers of England have taken his broadsword, and there's fire in the glen, fire in the glen, but no fire in the eyes of a Highland man. And the laird has a smile for the makers of graves, for the builders of empires, the keepers of slaves. For he kept his great home, losing nothing but pride, while his kinsmen lay huddled along the shore side. And there's fire in the glen, fire in the glen, but no fire in the eyes of a Highland men. So beware of their banners and the general's lies. There's no glory for the poor man, no glittering prize. For we gave all we had, now our homes they pull down, and I cry out republic and allegiance to no crown. And there's fire in the glen, fire in the glen, but no fire in the eyes of a Highland man. And there's fire in the glen, fire in the glen, but no fire in the eyes of a Highland man.
Can't beat a good Silly Wizard song.
Can't go wrong with Silly Wizard songs, can you?
No, you can't, mate. I think between you and I, we do most of the repertoire somewhere along the line.
But I once heard you do, I think you were playing with Ruth, you did, the Fisherman's Song.
Yeah.
Difficult song to sing, I would think, that one.
It is a difficult song, but it's a great song, though.
Yeah. No
They're all
chance of
great
that
songs.
coming back?
Hmm?
No chance of that one coming back?
I can look into it for you.
Ooh. Right, well, look into it.
I'll put it down.
Okay. Andy.
Hey, thank you. Okay, I'll try to get a theme going for my songs. This one is about a funeral primarily, so it's well in keeping with topical things. Everybody looking forward to the huge ceremonies going on tomorrow. But it's also very relevant. It's got a part for Edna in it. So Edna, if you could unmute yourself, please. Yeah, you auditioned for this part earlier on when we were talking about Scouse people, and you said the word bugger very nicely. It's a really nice word, is that? And this song has got a 2-word chorus that comes up at random intervals, and I'd really like you to do that each time it comes up. You'll get the gist of it as we go along, okay?
She won't.
Yeah.
She's thick as shit. She won't.
Do you want to have a little practice? Just say bugger off to me.
Oh, okay then. Bugger off.
Perfect. That's it. Really nice and loud and clear. Okay.
Right.
It's a song about a lady called Mrs. Johnson. We all know Mrs. Johnson, the next door neighbour that not very friendly. Mrs. Johnson was a woman I did not know much about. I only saw her Tuesdays when she hung her washing out. She always wore a floral dress beneath her pinafore. Mrs. Johnson lived next door to me at number 34. She hated little girls and she hated little boys. We all had too much fun and we all made too much noise. She hated cats, she hated dogs, she hated singing birds. I remember Mrs. Johnson as a woman of few words. Good morning, Mrs. Johnson.
Bugger off!
She cried. Nice day, Mrs. Johnson.
Bugger off!
Was her reply. Can I have me ball back?
Bugger off!
She cried. All she said was,
bugger off!
Then, bugger me. She died.
Oh shit!
Mrs. Johnson's funeral was the first I ever saw. A long black shiny car passing slowly by her door. She always had a fag on which explained her nasty cough. She was only 52 when she buggered off. I remember being told her death was such a sudden thing. She didn't even have the time to bring her washing in. She passed by, I waved goodbye, I never said a word. I think I know what she'd have said, but Mrs. Johnson never heard. Goodbye, Mrs. Johnson.
Bugger off!
She'd say, that is what she would have said as they carted her away. Good to know you, Mrs. Johnson.
Bugger off!
She'd weep. Bugger off! Can't you see I'm trying to get some sleep? Behind the car were mourners and they were very few. Just a woman with a pushchair who lived at 32. There weren't too many flowers, a few roses from the wall. A bunch of stinging nettles would have been more suitable. I doubt if she had children, or I'm sure they would have come, with flowers spelling grandma and flowers that said mum. Mrs. Johnson left the world beneath a tablecloth. She should have had carnations that spelt out,
bugger off!
Farewell, Mrs. Johnson, you left us all today. We'll miss you, Mrs. Johnson.
Bugger off!
She'd say, there's good in everybody.
Bugger off!
She'd disagree. Now she's buggered off herself for all eternity. Thank you, Edna.
You're welcome.
Oh, God.
Come on, Edna.
Oh, God.
Nice one.
Oh, God, that was
That's the first chorus that's ever worked on Zoom.
It is. Yeah, you're right.
Qualitag, that was bloody great. Yeah.
I think there's a little bit of wee running down my legs here. Oh, thank you, Andy.
Edna's timing was absolutely spot on in that song.
Yeah.
Great stuff. Thank you, Andy.
Yes.
Thank you.
On Zoom.
Oh, wow.
I never heard anybody say bugger off and then laugh like that.
I actually saw a group where two people sang the song. They did alternate verses, but it was completely contiguous. You know, there was no gap between the verses and so on. One was playing a pipe and the other one was singing, and the gap, the latency, whatever they call it, has come down and down and down. We're almost reaching the stage where we're going to be able to do stuff together. So it's great. Well done,
Edna, charge him guineas. When you send him the bill, charge him in guineas. Always charge guineas, my dad used to say, because your mother needs the shillings.
Better get meter. Right, Alan's got to follow that.
I know. Well, I'm not singing. I'm singing it's not a proper song again. Before he says it, I'll say this is a song I wrote for my Lucinda when she was alive, and she hated me singing it for her. But it's called Golden Jewel. Her smiling face is always there in moments of joy we can share. But even when she's tired and down, you will never see her frown. My gold-haired jewel, my gold-haired dream. No lovelier lady could ever be seen like my gold-haired dream. When I am angry, tired or low, she would turn to me and she'd know how to calm me and make me feel fine. I'm so lucky that Jewel is mine, my gold-haired Jewel, my gold-haired dream. No lovelier lady could ever be seen like my gold-haired dream. Her smiling face is always there in moments of joy we can share. But even when she's tired and down, you will never see her frown. My gold-haired Jewel, my gold-haired dream. No lovelier lady could ever be seen like my gold-haired dream. My gold-haired Jewel, my gold-haired dream. No lovelier lady could ever be seen like my gold-haired dream. No lovelier lady could ever be seen like my gold-haired dream.
Beautiful.
Wow.
So we enjoyed that, Alan.
Thank you, Al.
It was almost the proper song, that, wasn't it? Right.
I was there with you, Al. That was just a lovely song. Thank you.
Okay, thanks very much, Alan. Julian and Val.
Yep. Happy song with the easing of restrictions. Easy now, easy, the London day has fled. The errands all run and the kids are in bed. Everything's written and everything's said, so it's awfully hard to let go. Easy now, easy, the sun's in the west. Troubles have gone to their rest. You did what you could and you gave it your best. It's awfully hard to let go. The foreman is perched in the tops of the trees like a big heaping scoop of ice cream. The world has gone sailing on faraway scores, and it's perfectly safe now to dream. Easy now, easy, the birds will fall, the cradle will rock, but the baby won't fall. The in the tops of the trees, like a big heaping scoop of ice cream. The world has gone sailing on faraway seas, and it's perfectly safe now to dream. Easy now, easy, the sun's a rainbow. The crane will rock, but the baby won't fall. The things you fear must never happen at all. It's awfully hard to let go. Still, it's awfully hard to let go.
Well done.
Yeah, Leslie's just said it must be strange for Rich watching everybody sort of getting pissed, and it's only about 2 o'clock in the afternoon for him.
Hey, I'm on squash. Speak for yourself.
That's okay.
To Julian and Val. And after we've heard from Rich, I think we'll have a word with Alice and Dave. We haven't spoken to them for weeks.
Yeah.
Because Dave is looking a bit clean shaven down there. Yeah, and we'll have a word after. Rich.
Well, I promise you, if I could, next Friday, I'll be not working and would love to join you again with a drink in hand. Oh, and my friend, I told my friend John Langford on Facebook that I was joining a Zoom open mic in Wales, and he said, "Brilliant, say hi for me." So I thought I'd tell you that. John and I spend a lot of time drinking when we get together. At some level, this song is a song of despair. What will you do when everything goes terribly wrong? It's called Dying Young. Don't worry. And it's better in tune. Gonna get me a great big truck and load her up with everything I own. Blow my next $5 on gas, then drive up to the high cliffs overlooking the sea. Me and everything I own are gonna stop and contemplate the ocean. Reflect on our lives as our lives surely pass us by. Bet the boss is wondering where I'm at and where his favorite chair is gone. It's a great place to park your lazy ass. He's gonna miss me when I'm gone. Me and everything I own. Well, he brought along a few things that I stole from my neighbors' homes. It's okay, it's okay. They're all insured. You see, I saw to that. 'Cause I was the guy that sold it to them before me and everything they had headed for the hills. Bet the boss is wondering where I'm at and where this month's payroll went. It's a great way to spend all those latter years. Every material need met. Beachcombers found my truck at the base of the cliff where the surf runs away. The sad remains of everything that I owned. The police suspect foul play, and although my corpse was never found, they figured, well, it washed out to sea. In the insurance game, tragedies like this have a name. Double indemnity. Bet the boss is wondering where I'm at. And knowing him, he's pretty stressed. Me, I'm living a little like Paul Gauguin on an island where the women underdress. The only difference is I am very rich. Oh yeah, and I'm extremely happy. And who says that you can't take it with you? Here's to dying young and everything I own.
Oh yeah.
When you feel you're in trouble, life is, everything around you is failing. Remember, there's always plenty of money for anyone who's willing to fake their own death.
Yep.
Do you think Phil the Greeks faked it?
Yeah. No, he doesn't need to, does he?
We should just take care to clap quietly, because I think Glenys was just dozing off during that lovely song.
Oh.
I could see she, you know, when somebody's head drops a bit and then they shake.
Pendumpian.
Was she drooling out the side of a gob?
Oh no! She was.
Well, pendumping is a good English word.
Pendumpian. Yeah.
Pendumpian in Welsh. Pendumping in English,
yeah.
if you like. Yeah.
Right, down to Stoke-on-Trent. Have you had a shave there, Dave?
Yes, well, Boris told me get it cleaned up for tomorrow.
He's dead, he won't know.
I've decided not to wear a uniform as well.
I always think you look sexier in a uniform, Gaffer.
Oh yeah. I've heard him say that before.
Bit like Johnny's white coat.
Quite sexy in a mirror.
Yeah. It's lovely to have people coming from across the border. I actually went to Stoke on Wednesday to visit my grandchildren that live in Stoke, my son as well.
Very good.
And it was sunny in Stoke. I couldn't believe it. It was sunny in Stoke-on-Trent on Wednesday.
Yeah, it's been nice this week.
Unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why all the people from North Wales don't go to Stoke-on-Trent on their holidays.
Rhyl is too sunny.
It's too sunny.
Why.
Yeah, it's
I can't afford all the concertinas for one thing.
Yeah. Well, there's a man that fixes them in Stoke. I know that.
Oh, just outside,
What's
yeah.
that? Brian Bull's pal. What's his name? I can't remember.
It's well, what's his name?
Yeah.
Algar, Chris Algar.
Why? You get the prize, John.
Thank you. I bought my guitar off Chris Algar. That's
There we are.
Yeah.
Right.
So many concertinas in stock. I'd have to sell a few houses to buy them.
Before we get to John and Carol, I'd just like to say thanks, Rich, for coming all this way to be with us. We've enjoyed your songs and we've enjoyed your company.
Well, I look forward to doing it more. It's exciting. I love this. This is great, and as hearing you guys talk amongst yourselves, I get a feeling that I now understand my Welsh background. It explains a great deal about my basic irreverence for everything.
You can rediscover your roots here. Just tell your friend John, dan ni'n falch iawn I glywed ohono fo. Okay?
Clywed ganddo fo.
We're
Wow,
very pleased to hear.
all I got was that you were clearing your throat.
Well, yeah, we're just very pleased. We're just very
no.
pleased to hear from him. That's all.
Oh, you can't say that, matey.
No, I mean, it was a beautiful clearing of the throat.
If you have a cottage, we'll set fire to it. Don't
Right, okay, John and Carol, come on.
You want me now, do you? Oh, well.
I wouldn't go that far.
No, not at all. Now, I don't know what to do now, because Alan mentioned The Gift. I don't know whether to sing that one or to go with what I was going to do before. I think I'll do the latter. This is this is my signature tune, if you like. It's certainly the signature tune of the Dragon's Breath Folk Club, which I run on a Tuesday evening from 7:30 onwards. This is called, I wrote this 20 years ago.
It's not a proper song then?
No, it's not a proper song at all, Alan. As you know, these things that we try and write are nothing like what real songs are like, are they? No.
Bugger off!
So we keep being
said.
Yes,
Bugger
it's
off!
done for 14 years. Done it 14 years. It's a proper song now.
Aye, thank you. John can bugger off anyway. There are dragons in the hedgerows, ballerinas in the trees, and the clouds are stately galleons floating on the breeze. All these things are yours to see, no matter what your station. Open your eyes, free up your mind, use your imagination. There are fairies in the raindrops, you can see them there, caught within the moonlight, dancing in the air. All the myths and legends that were told by mortal man still exist. Look through the mists, find them once again. We're bound by facts and science to see only the mundane, but magic lies beneath all things and may yet rise again. The world of power and money is giving men such pain. If you talk of any other, they'll brand you as insane. But love's the thing that keeps us going, love's the thing that marks us out, love's the thing that keeps me thinking it's what this world should be about. For there are dragons in the hedgerows, ballerinas in the trees, and the clouds are stately galleons floating on the breeze. All these things are yours to see, no matter what your station. Open your eyes, free up your mind, use your imagination. Woo!
John Hart had Timothy Leary.
It's what I call a proper song, John.
Someone at Dragon's Breath described that as John's magic mushroom song.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, it's true. Timothy Leary has some influence, though I wasn't under the influence of anything. It was Gordon Morris, who's a part of the Chester folk scene, who said, "Were you on the mushrooms when you wrote that, John?" I said, "No."
I do like a good mushroom. It was very
Yes,
odd.
I love a good mushroom, especially
Very odd to see Carol not knitting in the background.
Well, yes, it's very.
And you appear
different.
to have a satellite dish on the end of your guitar.
Oh, it's one of those tuning devices.
Oh yes. Well, these tuners at the side of my head have never let me down yet.
Well, I'm not blessed with perfect pitch.
Well, you need to hire somebody who is.
Well, yes, of course. Yeah.
The psychedelic song with dragons reminds me of a friend of mine's song called Random Canyon. I don't know if you heard of Peter Stanfield or the Holy Modal Rounders.
Oh, yeah, too right.
Yeah, no, Peter Stanfield's like my second father. I spent a lot of time, and I've played with the Rounders, and
wow,
and we play Random Canyon, and that talks about dragons in an imaginary canyon and things like that.
Right. Far out. Because I'm a child of the 60s, you see, I was sort of...
You know that all dragons are essentially Welsh, don't you, Rick?
Of course they are.
I did not know that. I know some of them.
No.
Well, I only know Harry Potter's names for dragons. Some of them are apparently from Romania, and some are from Norway. But I don't know. But I didn't know this. I will take your word for it over that English woman who writes those books.
Check J.R.R. Tolkien. Never mind whatever her name.
Her name is, yeah.
J.R.R.
Tolkien.
Tolkien.
Here's a Tolkien fact. Peter Stanfield's wife, Betsy, lovely woman, her father is Donald Walheim, who illegally published Tolkien for the first time in the United States because it wasn't copyrighted in the States. And that's where he made all of his money.
Wow.
An American Michael Heseltine by the sound of
Yes.
him.
Oh, God. Yeah. Well, you've just made me realise I arrived in San Francisco about 13 years too late.
Ah, well, there you go.
Right,
I
Carol.
was there for a couple of years.
If you're not knitting, Carol, read us a poem.
No, I'll put my knitting down.
This is Idris, by the way.
Idris.
No, it isn't.
Oh, he's by your elbow, is he?
Oh, no, it isn't. Oh, no, this is Trevor, sorry. Idris is behind the telly.
Well, Idris will be very upset.
He will, yes. Idris is a little larger than... excuse me. This is Idris here, you see.
He's had a meal or two.
Yes, he's a big lad, yes. He's
well
just
done.
behaving himself. Hence the Dragon's Breath Folk Club, and all Carol's poems are about the dragons that hang around my house for some reason. Right, I'm going to move now. You will see me moving, which is a very odd thing to see, but there you are.
Make sure your trousers are done up.
Too late.
Right, everybody mute yourselves.
I will. What's you doing?
So,
Okay.
this is one of two poems that we do that I've written and John does music behind the poem. The poem is called Sennen and the music is called Summer Seas. I'm sitting on Sennen, listening to the sea. The sun's in the sky and you're with me. The surfers riding the rolling waves. It's good to be here any day. There's boats on the horizon that seem so small, and couples stroll along the shore. There's children playing on the sand. It's good to be here once more. The constant noise of the endless waves outdoes the roar of a plane as it flies overhead to the Scilly Isles. It's good to be here once again. The cormorant dives beneath the waves, searching for the fish, and the coast path walkers follow the trail. It's good to have days like this. There's a crag on the hillside behind me. It looks like a sleeping gnome. I hope I can remember all of this when it's time for me to go home. And the seagulls wheel around the cove. Cape Cornwall seems so near, and Longship's light can be plainly seen when the weather is fine and
Oh, fabulous.
Beautiful.
Well, I was there with you. I don't know about other people, but I was there with you.
Thank you.
And I think the national bird of Cornwall should be the cormorant, John.
No, it's the chuff.
The bloody chuffing chuff.
It's the chuffing
chuff.
Yeah. You see, you learn everything on a quiz on a Thursday.
It's the bird of it's the bird of Canterbury as well. The chuff and Kent.
Is it?
It's on the Canterbury coat of arms. Yeah, the chuff. 3 chuffs.
Oh, right.
That's chuff, chuff, chuff.
That is chuff, chuff, chuff.
Yes, I'll remember that.
Another quiz.
Chuffing, great.
God, is that the time? Come on.
Well, I put cormorant down as my answer, and I gave myself a bloody point nevertheless.
Oh, you have to do that, Alan. That's what you have to do.
No, I did not. I did not.
We don't believe you now.
Well, all I'm saying is we won by 1
You
point.
said you're an honest man, you see, so I believe you.
Gaffer, have you any songs about chuffs or cormorants?
No, I've got one about cheese.
Oh, there, that's close.
Good cheese is good.
I love cheese.
I sung it 2 weeks ago, but if I had sung it 2 weeks ago, I'd probably have had my throat cut. But there are some things that French do better than we do, and there are some things we do better than the French. Evelyn usually clears off before I do anything French. For example,
I've just checked. Evelyn's gone, so you can say what you like now.
Food than we do. They speak French better than we do. Not many. We do a few things better than them. Drive, for one thing. We drive on the left. I should explain to Rick. In the United Kingdom, we drive on the left-hand side, and in France, they drive in the middle of the road and swerve to the right. But there are a few things that the French do as well or as badly as the British do, and knitting is one of them. And the other one is policing large numbers of belligerent women, and neither of us is very good at doing that. And the Met proved it about 3 weeks ago before they held an inquiry to decide that they'd done a very good job. Now, and this is a Georges Brassens song that I translated because the words would otherwise have been in French. In the market of Brive-la-Gaillarde, some old women flogging some cheese had started some civil disorder, and somebody called the police on foot and on bikes and on horseback. The gendarmes all converged on the square, unaware that their very arrival would trigger a bigger affair. Seeing so many coppers and horses, their quarrel was soon decided. The old women made up and joined forces for a campaign of gendarmicide. Every single belligerent beauty behaved as I dreamed that she would, performing her grisly duty as only French cheese merchants could. At the sight of these valiant lawmen in the face of such vicious attacks, I cried bravo because I adore them, at least when they're flat on their backs. From the window of my habitation I took in all the wild goings on, transfixed by the whole situation, cried vive la revolution. One of them made the superintendent a ventriloquist doll on her knees, and by squeezing his tender dependence got him saying whatever she pleased. Another of these rabid trollops decided the moment had come for a technique that she had developed, crushing skulls with the cheeks of her bum, the most buxom and busty among them. Whipping off both her blouse and her vest, unsheathed both her weapons and swung them, laying out every rozzer that passed. They were tumbling left, right and centre. At that point we all realised that these most entertaining events were making history in front of our eyes, when they reckoned the local police force had suffered enough at their hands. They plan to return to their cheese boards after just one more devilish plan, with a final spine-tingling cackle, a malevolent glint in their eyes. They were planning to slice off their tackle. Thank Christ there was sod all to slice. They were planning to slice off their tackle. Thank Christ there was sod all to slice.
Was that a literal translation?
It was very, very close. The only thing is that instead of selling cheese, Georges Brassens had them selling onions. But I thought that rather typecast the French.
Johnny Winnuns. Johnny, you're not.
Talking about typecasting the French, apparently there was a 21 gun salute for Philip at the beginning of the week, and Macron just surrendered straight away.
Oh, well, you would say that.
I can now, Evelyn's gone.
Organisation.
Right, okay. Irene.
You know, the British love cheese. I know that makes it works better for an English audience. They love their cheese in England.
Do indeed. Well, Welsh do too.
Wait,
how do you eat a Welsh cheese?
Carefully!
Carefully.
Oh, no!
Oh, dear.
Mute mode, John. Mute.
I think.
Let's shut the buggers up and listen to Irene.
Oh, is Carl's not singing? No. Okay. I'm going to do a Mary Brooksbank song. She was only 8 when she worked in the jute mills, and at that time it was the sort of early 19th century, and there were 60,000 people worked in the jute mills then, but of course there's none now. But she had quite a colourful life. She was she actually, when the Vietnam War was over, in her early 70s, she went over to help orphans in Hanoi. So that was her song. This is the song she wrote. The jute mill song. Oh dear me, the mill's gin fest. The pair of wee shifters canna get a rest. Shifting bobbins coarse and fine, they fairly make you work for your 10 and 9. Oh dear me, I wish the day was done. Running up and down the path is no nae much fun. Shifting piece and spinning, warp, weft and twine, there's nae much pleasure living off a 10 and 9. Oh dear me, the world's ill divided, them that work the hardest are aye the least provided. Mine bide contented, dark days are fine, to feed and clean my bairnies off a 10 and 9. Oh dear me, the mill's gin fest. The pair wee shifters canna get a rest. Shifting bobbins coarse and fine, they fairly make you work for your 10 and 9.
Beautiful, Irene. Beautiful.
Oh, lovely.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're singing a lot better now than when you used to be Lulu.
Stupid boy.
That was delightful.
Thank you.
Right, and you speak to Mike and Helen, tell them we had a really, really good night without them.
I texted them, and he must have emailed me, and I haven't looked at my emails this afternoon, and they were apparently having a wee rest today and putting a log fire on and sitting by the fire. So.
Oh, well, they're getting on a bit, aren't they? Right, well, thank you again, Harry. Brian.
Okay, as Mike and Helen are not here, they usually sing a country song, so I thought I'd sing a country song instead. I would have asked Mike to play guitar for me if he was here, but as he's not, I've asked Eric Clapton if he'd play for me instead. This one's called Tulsa Time. I think Mike and Helen would have sung that if they'd have come, so anyway, this is instead of them. I left Oklahoma, driving in a Pontiac, just about to lose my mind. I was going on to Arizona, maybe on to California, where all the people live so fine. My mama called me crazy, my baby said I'm lazy, I'm gonna show them all this time. You know you ain't no fool, and I don't need no more schooling, I was just born to walk the line. Living on Tulsa time, living on Tulsa time. Gonna set my watch back to it, cause you know I've been through it. Living on Tulsa time. I left Oklahoma, driving in a Pontiac, just about to lose my mind. I was going to Arizona, maybe on to California, where the people all live so fine. My mama called me crazy, my baby said I'm lazy, I'm gonna show them all this time. Cause you know I ain't no fool and I don't need no more of schooling, I was born just to walk the line. Well, there I was in Hollywood, wish I was doing good, walking on the telephone line. Well, they don't need me in the movies, and man, nobody sings my songs, guess I'm just wasting time. Well, then I got to thinking, man, I'm really thinking, I really had a flash this time. I had no business leaving, and nobody would be grieving if I went back to Tulsa time. Living on Tulsa time, living on Tulsa time. Gonna raise my watch back to it, cause you know I've been through it. Living on Tulsa time, living on Tulsa time, living on Tulsa time. Gonna set my watch back to it, cause you know I've been through it. Living on Tulsa time. Well, there I was in Hollywood, wish I was doing good, talking on the telephone line. But they don't need me in the movies and nobody sings my song, I guess I'm just wasting time. Well, then I got to thinking, man, I was just sinking, I really had a flash this time. I had no business leaving and nobody would be grieving if I went back to Tulsa time.
Well, right. And a great intro as well.
I could probably sing
All right.
You could
Just
almost be there.
I've just discovered I'm too old for rock and roll.
That's country, not rock and roll.
Well, Linda will be giving you serious
line dance to that one many years ago. Yeah, there we go. It's a long time ago now.
Right, well, thanks again, Brian. Right, that was really good. Richard, Rick.
Oh, yep.
Come on, you got to follow that.
Who can? But I was playing and bending those notes that Alan doesn't like. Well, no one can hear.
No.
Okay, so Rich mentioned Richard and Linda Thompson earlier on, so I'm gonna have a go at one that I used to do with Dave Costello. He used to sing it, but he's gone now. We'll have a go anyway. I'm so tired of working every day. When the weekend comes, I'm gonna throw my troubles away. If you've got the cafe, mister, you do, alright. I want to see the bright lights tonight. Meet me at the station, don't be late. I need to spend some money and it just won't wait. You could take me to the dance, hold me tight, I wanna see the bright lights tonight. Well, there's crazy people walking all over town. A silver band just marching up and down. And big boys, they're all spoiling for a fight. Wanna see the bright lights tonight. So meet me at the station, don't be late. I need to spend some money and it just won't wait. You could take me to the dance, hold me tight, I wanna see the bright lights tonight. Well, a couple of drunken nights rolling on the floor. Just the kind of mess I'm looking for. And I'm gonna dream till Monday comes a sight. I wanna see the bright lights tonight. So meet me at the station and don't be late. I need to spend some money and it just won't wait. You could take me to the dance, hold me tight, I wanna see the bright lights tonight.
Great song.
Nice playing there, Rick.
Too clever by half. Too many notes.
Yeah, so many notes I forgot the words.
Don't you come crying to me when them strings break because you keep
We do that song. We do that song in my band. But we do with a Bo Diddley beat.
All right.
If you don't mind, I'll throw the link in when in the chat.
Right, thanks, Rich. I think I did say to you in my email today, Rich, that you can relive all this shite at your leisure on YouTube.
Oh, I definitely will, because there's some of the songs I want to learn. There are a couple of songs that were just beautiful.
I think you need treatment there, boy.
Well, I'll ask my doctor. What do you think, doctor? I don't know. Let's see.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. And
I don't think you ought to throw the Lincoln. He was the best Republican president you ever had.
A Lincoln. Throw the Lincoln. Yeah.
Lincoln. Yes, he was the first Republican
That's the only
president we ever had. Yeah.
He was the only Republican at one point, wasn't he? Yes, president.
So,
right, come on,
the other thing, Jeff, just to mention, Rich, if you want to keep in touch with us, we got a Facebook group called Friends of Rhyl Folk Club.
Oh, cool. I will look for that.
All sorts of
right now.
stuff happens there. Friends of Rhyl Folk Club. It's debatable whether everybody is a friend, of course. That's the name of the group.
Right, Jeff, come on. It's getting late.
Oh.
This is Jimmy McCarthy, but you might know it better with Christy Moore singing it. Among the walls and ruins of a horrid civic stone, I walked without a lover for my older bones. The sun was strong in going down, it was a dreamlike day. It's there I met the Trinity, and it's there I heard them say. She said, bye-bye, Mama, bye-bye, Brother John. Fare thee well, you Shannon bells, live on, live on. We were swimming out in the sunset, we were swimming out to sea. We were swimming by the opera house, the mad lady and me. She leaned and leaned much closer, and then she said goodbye. Her mother said, don't go, my love, or we must by and by. Drunken tongue said, leave her off, she'll drive us all insane. She turned around and caught my eye, both of us was she. She said, bye-bye, Mama, bye-bye, Brother John. Fare thee well, you Shannon bells, live on, live on. Up into the limestone walls, down the level steps, she threw herself into the stream with a sign of the regrets. Side strokes swimming midstream, splashing kisses to the crowd, and everything was silent, and the sky knew not one cloud. And she said, bye-bye, Mama, bye-bye, Brother John. Fare thee well, you Shannon bells, live on, live on. And we were swimming out in the sunset, swimming out to the sea, swimming by the opera house, the mad lady and me. Yes, the mad lady and
Yeah.
Come on, Jeff.
Lovely.
Good form tonight, Jeff.
Right, okay, thanks again, Jeff. And bringing up the rear. Alan Lee Stones.
Scraping out the barrel. Oh, yes. A little Aldi Malbec. That's all I'm going to say. Aldi Malbec.
Malbec or Bavulard, Alan?
Less than £5 a bottle.
But from which country?
Disgusting. Malbec is French.
Malbec from Argentina, proper.
Well, then he meddle.
Yes.
Yeah. Right.
I have a song because I can't do goodbye to the tent and the old caravan. I can't do that. Can't do that. It's been done. So I have a song that I'm not sure I know the words to. So we'll find out, won't we? It was a song collected in 1907, I think, from a Mrs. Something who didn't know the title of the song, and so it was collected by a man on a bicycle with a wax cylinder machine. And they called the song after the first line of the first verse. It was pleasant and delightful. And I hope it shall be. It might not be if I can't remember the words, but here we go. It's got a good chorus, by the way. It was pleasant and delightful on a midsummer's morn, and the green fields and the meadows were all covered with corn, and the blackbirds and thrushes sang on every green spray, and the larks, they sang melodious at the dawning of the day, and the larks, they sang melodious, dios, dios, and the larks, they sang melodious, and the larks, they sang melodious at the dawning of the day. Now I sail I all, and his true love were a-walking one day. Said the sailor to his true love, I am bound far away, bound for the East Indies, where the loud cannons roar. Boom! Thank you. And I'm bound to leave you, Nancy. You're the girl that I adore, and I'm bound to leave you, Nancy. And I'm bound to leave you, Nancy. And I'm bound to leave you, Nancy. You're the girl that I adore. Then a ring from off of her finger she instantly drew, saying, take this, dearest Willie, and me heart will go too. But as they were embracing, tears from her eyes fell, saying, may I go along with you? Oh no, me love, farewell, saying, may I go along with you, with you, with you, with you, saying, may I go along with you, saying, may I go along with you? Oh no, me love, farewell. So farewell, my dearest Nancy, I can no longer stay, for the topsail is hoisted and the anchors aweigh, and our ship she lies waiting for the fast flowing tide. And if ever I return again, I will make you my bride. And if ever I return again, come on. And if ever I return again, and if ever I return again, I will make you my bride. Now it was pleasant and delightful on a midsummer's morn, and the green fields and the meadows were all covered with corn, and the blackbirds and thrushes sang on every green spray, and the larks they sang melodious at the dawning of the day, and the larks they sang melodious, yes, 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 and the larks they sang melodious, and the larks they sang melodious at the dawning of the day. Good evening, friend. Lovely song.
The big finish.
Shame to
Almost.
spoil that one. It's a lovely song. Shame to spoil it. And the larks they played melodians.
That's right thing, yeah.
Leslie was just saying when you started that, this is one of those songs that really make you miss the club live.
Well, it's one of those. Finish the night with it. People can't go home. They can't get it out their heads. An earworm, isn't it?
Tell me all that.
Right,
Quite
okay,
strong.
boys.
This Malbec's quite strong.
Right, Elvis has left the building. We are going home. We don't have far to go to our beds.
Good night, everyone.
You're with the woman next door.
Lovely. Thank you for your company, one and all.
This is wonderful, wonderful, wonderful.
Lovely. Come back again.
We'll see
No
you next
car. Good night, John Boy. Good night, Elizabeth.
Alan.
Oh shit, what do I do now? Click this.
Stop.
Good night,
Grandma.
No, not stop, Alb.